Imagine this, a juicy lechon roasted to crispy perfection with a surprise inside, a whole chicken and longanisa. And to make it extra special, the lechon is topped with a layer of edible gold leaf. It's a fun mix of classic Filipino flavors and gourmet flair. In today's episode, we're diving into the making of this golden lechon. Magellan's Lechon opened in August 2021 in Cebu and made its mark as the first to offer unlimited lechon. In 2023, they brought their Cebu-style lechon to Pateros in Metro Manila and have since captured the appetites of food lovers looking for something beyond the usual roast pig experience.
Good morning from Pateros. I am so excited. Today we have a very exciting opportunity to see how lechon is made from preparation through the cooking process.
The baboy that we are preparing and roasting today came from kaintat the night before, and it was iced to remain fresh.
Hi po, anong pangalan niyo?
My name is Mary Jabili po.
Gaano katagal ka na nagluluto ng lechon?
Almost 1 year na din po.
Oh,
One year
wow.
na din po ako dito. Apo.
Nice. Ate is rubbing salt on the inside of the lechon, which is 5 to 6 kilos. She has also put aromatics in, which includes lemongrass, green onion, red pepper, garlic, and onion. And what is so unique here is that there's an entire chicken that is stuffed with an onion and 2 different types of longanisa. So this is gonna be a flavor bomb, I'm sure of it. And now Ate is sprinkling black pepper on top of all the aromatics and the fillings for the laman of the lechon.
After a final water rinse, soda is poured on the baboy. The sugar in the soda will help give the skin that rich caramel color and satisfying crunch that makes lechon unforgettable.
Gaano katagal natin iluluto yung baboy?
2 oras po bago mga
2 oras.
Yeah. Ah. Ignite the fire. Ignite the fire.
kalat mo na yung apoy.
So Kuya has been cooking this baboy for about an hour now, and in total it takes around 2 hours to cook a pig. And he explained that once you start turning it, it's a constant turn, and they normally would have some sort of automatic way to turn this, but it's broken right now. So today we're getting to experience like a very manual way of doing it, which I think is kind of cool. You can see that the skin is already getting really crispy, but this still needs about another hour of cooking and roasting so that the laman will also be cooked perfectly. And Kuya is like a master lechonero. I asked him like, how do you know when the lechon is done cooking already? He knows by the color and the texture of the skin, and they are very diligent about how they time the cooking of the baboy. This is very much like a labor of love, but we all know that the result of well-made lechon is worth it.
To apply the edible gold leaf, we're using a patting motion, and it's reminding me of how I apply my skincare. So just think of this as lechon baboy skincare.
They're so nice here. They're letting me chop the lechon, so I'm just gonna put some gloves on before we get started. And I've never chopped lechon before, so there's a lot of firsts here for me today.
Although it's not available today, it's worth mentioning that they would typically serve their lechon with Puso, which is rice from Cebu. And they prepare it by wrapping rice into a woven pouch that is made of coconut leaves and boiling it to cook it.
Wow, salamat. Smells so good. The way they presented this too is really beautiful because they have the full skin of the lechon that's covered in the gold foil, and then the laman is on the inside. So this is the filling of that lechon. And then, if you remember, there was a whole chicken inserted into the lechon. And Ate put together the chicken for us here so we see the whole thing with the different aromatics that were inside of the lechon as well. The aroma of this food is so strong because of all the aromatics that were put into the baboy. And of course the roasting process cooked all of that, and it is super fragrant. So I'm gonna start with the skin. I've never had gold on lechon before, but the gold that they use is an edible gold foil, which is commonly used for desserts. I'm sure you've seen gold foil used on cakes before, so.
People have different preferences when it comes to the saltiness of their food. I did find this lechon to be on the salty side, so if you enjoy salty food, this lechon is for you.
The flavor that's coming through for the skin is mainly the salt. I think most of the aromatics will be flavoring the laman, or the inside of the lechon. So we have two different sauces here. We have vinegar with chilies, so it's going to be a spicy vinegar. And then we have a liver sauce. I'm gonna start with the liver sauce first. Their liver sauce is not too thick. And it actually has a very bright, there's something adding some brightness to their liver sauce. So it's not very thick and heavy. It's a really quite refreshing for a liver sauce. That's the best. Spicy zuka is my favorite with everything. That's the best. They're both good, but this is just my favorite. Okay, now I'm gonna try the laman of the lechon. This is really juicy and warm. I'm gonna try it with actually I'm gonna try it without any sauce first to see how the flavors of the aromatics carried through. I really like that chicken flavor is really coming through. I'm surprised by how much I can taste that chicken in the laman of the lechon. Okay, let's try it with the liver sauce. The liver sauce tastes good. I've never had chicken, actually I've never had chicken with liver sauce, and because the lechon tastes like chicken, that's actually a really surprisingly good combo. Let's now try it with the suka. So what's interesting is I think I prefer the suka with the skin and the laman with the liver sauce. But the laman is super tender, super juicy, very flavorful. And I'm really impressed with how much flavor is coming through. Like, you don't need to overdo the seasoning or anything as long as you're using whole good ingredients that are of good quality, and the flavor will just come through. Now let's try the chicken. The longanisa kind of got crushed a little bit, but you can still see a full longanisa in the chicken here. So in the same way that the chicken flavor transferred into the laman of the baboy, I'm wondering if the chicken will taste like longanisa. And longanisa is one of my favorites, so I'm excited. Tastes like chicken, but a very flavorful chicken. I didn't see any sort of prep done to the chicken other than obviously it was cleaned and then the aromatics were stuffed in. The meat of the chicken is very flavorful. So I'm gonna try the chicken with the suka.
The meat of the pig was tender and the chicken ended up a bit on the dry side, but I think that's a small price to pay to ensure that you're getting a really nice crispy skin on the lechon baboy.
If you like crispy skin. If you like flavorful laman, I think you'll really enjoy this, and the sauces are good.
Watching the entire process of preparing and cooking lechon baboy was such an incredible experience, and I loved getting involved in the action. Maraming salamat to the entire Magellan's Lechon team in Pateros for allowing me to observe your process and for teaching me. I had the best time and I'll never forget it. At Magellan's Lechon, they continue to respect traditional recipes while adding their own unique touches, and diners get to experience a beautiful balance of the old and new that still feels true to its roots.